Hi guys, and thanks for watching again. Recently I watched a video from the Proper People where in the end they promoted this power bank, which was supplied by their sponsor. They stated that this power bank can deliver a total of 3400 milliamp hours. It sounded a little exaggerated to me for a 18650 style battery, but not quite impossible. So I immediately bought this power bank to put it to the test, and that's what I'm going to do today. Also, I really like the channel of the Proper People. They do some real nice urban exploring. I love it. And of course I would like to do it myself, but here in the Netherlands that is nearly impossible, because as soon as a building becomes unoccupied, it first gets guarded, and when it looks like it will be empty for a longer period of time, they rent small pieces of the building to people who do not mind that they can only live there as long as the building is unoccupied. This is what they call anti-kraak, and kraak comes from the word kraken, which literally translates into cracking open the building illegally to occupy it. So they prevent that from happening to rent it to people for a very low price, and this means that urban exploring here in the Netherlands is nearly impossible. We do not have empty buildings rotting away here, unfortunately. Also, it is not uncommon to immediately destroy an unoccupied building to replace it with a new one, or large flats with apartments, so that we can fit more people in the overcrowded cities. Well, I'm drifting away here. Back to this power bank. It comes in this very nice box, and when we open it, so let me remove this clear rubber band, we find a small note stating, "Thanks for your order from our ThruNite." You're welcome. Let's put it away. Then there's the actual power bank. A tiny but very thick cable. And some protection foam. And below that is a nice bag for transporting the power bank. Feels very, very nice. This will protect it. It's nice. And under the lid is the instruction manual, of course, which I cannot get out with my finger, so spatula will do the trick. A Chinese manual. Let's see if I can get something in focus here. But that's 2LDR. Too long, did not read. For if you did not get that. Now, the power bank is all made of aluminium. Even the end caps are made of aluminium, so no plastic parts there. It feels nice, robust, quite heavy. So yeah, that's a good start. So when I unscrew the end cap, it should reveal the 18650 battery. There we go. And it has the same specs written on here as on the power bank. Let's see if I can get that in focus. There we go. C2, 3400 milliamp hours with a total of 12.24 watt hours. So yeah, let's look at the inside, because there we can see. Oh, now it's out of focus. It's probably a little hard to get in focus this time, but I hope you can see it. There we can see it. There are small holes at the side. Let's see if I can get any closer. There we go. And my guess is that these are venting holes for when this device heats up, cools down, so that the air pressure inside levels with the outside. Or venting holes in case of something goes wrong with this battery and it starts smoking, so the smoke can come out over here, so you can throw it away quickly, of course, instead of letting it explode into all aluminium scrap. Now this end cap holds this spring like this. Get it in focus and not throw the battery out while I'm currently at it. So this, which would mean that the entire case is connected to the negative side of the battery. And that's not a bad thing, of course. So let me put it back together. So there we go. To power it on, I press this button and it flashes blue, and it should flash, it should not flash, it stay on blue because I've currently fully charged it. So, because what this means, flashing blue means that the power bank is almost at full charge, and the voltage of the battery is between 3.65 and 4.2 volts. It can also flash purple, which means that the voltage of the battery is between 3.65 and 3 volts. And it can one state lower, of course. When it's red, it means that it's almost or near empty and it needs to be charged again. And of course this also works the other way around when charging the power bank. At least that's supposed to happen. And I've been playing with this power bank now for a couple of days, and the blinking of the LED works poorly. You can mainly see the blue LED flashing and nothing more. So when I charge this with a Samsung charger, which is capable of delivering 2 amps at 5 volts, both the charger and the power bank get quite warm. The entire power bank reaches temperatures of 40 degrees Celsius at the outside. And when I charge it with a USB power meter in between, the charger and the power bank do not get very warm anymore. So either the meter is limiting the current or something fishy is going on. And by something fishy I mean this. So let me put in the power meter. And this is my old Samsung Galaxy S4 phone, currently at 2%. I'll unplug it from its current charger. There we go. Plug it in here and turn it on. There, that was turn it on again. That was the sound of, hey, I'm charging, but this stops. Let me turn it on once more. It's currently drawing 400 milliamps at 4.95-ish volts. And there we go, it's currently at 2%, 300 milliamps now. And then it turns off. Like this thing is not detecting any power. So let's remove the power meter. Let's do it again. Now it's blinking blue. And it stays blinking blue because now it detects current. And that's what I mean by something fishy. It's like this power bank detects it's being metered or something. Maybe, so I've checked if these data lines going through this device, if they are connected, because maybe this thing is communicating with the phone somehow, that it's drawing a current or something. And that could be possible, of course, that it is communicating, because when I put this in, this is a current tester. So it has two settings, 1 amp and 2 amp, and it mainly has two large resistors, 10 watt resistors, and in the 1 amp setting only one of the resistors is connected, and in the 2 amp setting both are connected. So when I plug this in, you can see it shuts off immediately, while this one is getting very hot at the moment, and it turns off within a couple of seconds. So this thing doesn't have any electronics on board besides these two resistors, so this thing is of course not able to communicate. So I'm very curious what's going on in there, why it's not detecting current being drawn, because this draws a lot of current. Turn it on, 5.07 volts. I'm currently drawing 1 amp in the 1 amp setting. Let's put it on 2 amp. There we go, almost 2 amp currently being drawn, but it shuts off in a couple of seconds. There we go. So yeah, I'm very curious about what's going on in there. All the other power banks I've owned do not do this, they just work. And yeah, so if it won't let me measure the output, I'm going to measure the input. Let's see how much power goes in. And here are the results. And I must say, I'm quite surprised. When charging from completely empty to full, a total of 2,893 milliamp hours was being sent to the power bank. It's not the promised 3,400, but it's way more than the average power bank, containing only one 18650 style battery. This of course does not mean that it is now holding that total amount of power, because some of that power has been converted into heat by the battery, the charging circuit inside of the power bank, and even the cable, and maybe even that meter. I do not know how much power has been lost, so I need a reference. This cheap power bank, which claims it can hold a total of 2200 milliamps, it's roughly 2/3 of this one. Yeah, I'm going to fully charge this. I just charged it completely, and I'm going to do exactly the same as I did with this thing. Fully charge it and see what this comes up with. There we go. And here are the results. A total of 1880 milliamp hours went through this power bank. This one. And I believe I made a mistake when I said I charged it, because what I meant was discharge it, of course. So I also made a time-lapse video of the entire charging process of both power banks, but the first video was cut off after 30 seconds, and that's because the time-lapse app I got on my phone got an update which made a mess of all the settings. Yeah, I should have checked that. So let's see. Let's assume that there was no loss. Then this power bank is now holding a total of 2,893 milliamp hours, and this power bank is now holding 1,880 milliamp hours. That means that this one is holding a roughly 1,000 milliamp hours more than this one. This one, that cost me €4, and this one a little more than 23 euros, including shipping. So is it worth the 19 more euros it costs? Not for me, but I can think of cases where you need a 3 amp output, which this thing can deliver, where this thing only can deliver a total of 1 amp. Also, this one looks and feels very nice, very high quality. And this one is pure shit. It's all plastic. But both get the job done when it comes to emergency power for a smartphone. And if weight and size were no issue, I could buy 2 of these and have more power than this one, while spending only €8 for these two and 23 for this one. Now, the final thing I noticed about this thing was the battery. Here it claims integrated battery overcharge / discharge protection circuits. Now, we've seen that before, right? Haven't we? Look at this. This is the 9,900 milliamp hour lying battery, but it says short circuit and overcurrent protection. And in this case it is a shameless lie, while in this case it could be true. Look at the difference in size. There could very well be a protection circuit on top on this thing. Very nice. Although I don't see why you need it when only using this power bank, but it is very nice. This could very well be protected. So yeah, I like this power bank. It is a very high quality unit, but it is a little overpriced for only charging smartphones. But it is good. Thanks for watching.